How's it going? You know, I was asked to do this video a couple nights ago and I completely forgot. And don't mind the dogs barking or the weed whacker, I'm sitting outside. So for the baby chicks, everybody's opinion is going to be different because we all raise them differently. But for us, biggest thing is when you get them, make sure that they stay warm. We used heat lamps. I know some other people use the little heat stands that's kind of like a almost like a square thing that they can walk under. So it's just a matter of preference. Now me, I do not use medicated feed at all. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that antibiotics are going into my birds. Now other people may like it, but it is an option. Myself, personally, I just don't like it at all. So I just do the regular chick starter. I also make sure to get the Hydro Hen, it's called, or they have the little packets for the chicks that's probiotic and electrolytes. It helps them from getting dehydrated when it is warm. Now our chickens are outside in their own coop, and so are the turkeys. But on super hot days, I still give them the Hydro Hen, it's called, and it's still the probiotic and the electrolyte. Now there is a recipe online where you can make it yourself. You just have to figure out what the conversion would be, because I make 5-gallon buckets up at one time. So the Hydro Hen for me is just easier right now until I can get all that converted to where I can make it myself, because one bag of the Hydro Hen is $14.99 plus tax here in upstate New York. So the cheaper option would be to make it yourself. But we raised our chicks in an extra large dog crate, and of course pine shavings, and we used the heat lamp. I just blocked it up on top and had it shining down in, and that's pretty much all we do for the chicks, is just make sure that, you know, they're cleaned out and everything's clean and the water's fresh daily, and their food is fresh, because they're birds. So sometimes, you know, they do their business in the food and the water dish and stuff like that. So that's the biggest thing to help keep them healthy, is to keep everything fresh for them. And I don't like hay. Sometimes you can get mites in there. So I always get the bales of the coarse pine shavings. Another thing is, don't ever use cedar. Because I want to say that it's toxic, but I'm not 100% sure. But I have read chicken books, and they said not to ever use cedar. So that's one thing I don't use. Even though it does smell really good, it's not safe for them. And you don't want to use a fine pine shaving, because they will eat it. And that can cause, you know, damage on the inside and cause them to be sick. But as far as how we do our chicks, that's basically it. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to go do a video on our coop and explain how we keep the birds safe in there. And have a good one. Catch you on the next one. Have a great day. God bless. How's it going? So this is our chicken yard right here. Now, what we do to keep them safe is down here we use this hardware cloth, and you want to roll it like this, and then you put stone on it like we did, because most animals are gonna dig underneath the fence, except probably a weasel, because they'll just go through the chain link. Now we use the chain link because our birds are fully grown, so I wasn't worried about, you know, them getting out or whatever. Now you can use chicken wire, um, but that to me is not strong like the hardware cloth because it can break easily. So we don't like that. Um, Even on their door, this whole bottom section, we have the hardware cloth, and we have that all the way around the bottom. Now another thing to keep your birds safe is to make sure that you put them in at night. Like we have a door over there, and it's a slide up and down door. So at nighttime when they all go in the coop, I shut the door down, and that keeps anything from going in and out, like a weasel or whatever else can fit through the fence, a rat. So that way they're not out here where, you know, something could get in the pen and, you know, cause them harm. Weasels are vampires, so most time if one gets in there, you'll find birds and they'll just be perished with no like damage that you can see. Now also, we have the whole top of our coop covered in chicken wire. And the reason why we do that is because we have a lot of hawks. We get the occasional bald eagle that'll come down. We have chicken hawks. Just a bunch of predatory stuff. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing. To keep them safe, you want to make sure that they're in at night. And if you train them to be free range, to where they'll go in and out of a coop, you know, even though they're running out in the yard and stuff, that's how I would train them if you're going to free range. Because that way you can lock them in at night and you don't have to worry about anything getting them from them being outside and running around. Because, you know, there's fox that'll get them, or possums, or raccoons, all different kinds of stuff when they're free range that could possibly get them, and then, you know, you're out the money for the bird. But ours is like fully covered in, fully fenced in. Our birds are not free range. I just feel safer with them having a big yard, and that way I don't have to worry about them running out in the woods and taking forever to come back, or they just don't come back. Because one, chickens here are not cheap, and neither are turkeys. I mean, they run anywhere from like $4.99 to $8.99 a piece, and here you have to buy 6. 6 chickens, 6 turkeys, 6 ducks. They don't let you just buy one. Now, we had 4 turkeys, but the one, she wasn't growing, so she passed away. So now we only have 3. But that particular store only had 5. And the one guy that was there wanted 1, so my mom gave him 1, and then we ended up with 4. But now we have the 3, which that's our Tom and the 2 hens over there. And we got those in May, so they're not very old, you know, to be as big as they are. And these are strictly, you know, meat birds. Now the hens will lay eggs, but most of the time people just raise them for meat, because that's the type of turkey that they are. But Tom will be going in the freezer, but I want to keep the hens to see if they'll weigh. Because when I was a kid, our white turkeys, they did weigh eggs, and turkey eggs are really good, same as duck eggs. So that's what we do. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own ways of doing things, but this is the way that we do it, and that's the way that it works for us. I hope you enjoy. I hope that answered any questions. If you have any more questions for the way we do things, my email is in my About page. So I'll catch you guys later. God bless. Have a great day.